Hello guys, welcome to Apex Nerd, where we talk about Marvel, DC, and related comic news and events. Today we'll be talking about and addressing the rumors and speculations concerning the X-Men and the MCU. Specifically, the news of Beast from the X-Men appearing in the MCU, and the rumors going around of potentially seeing Storm of the X-Men in the MCU precisely in Black Panther 2. These rumors and speculations have largely intensified following the acquisition of Fox, under which the X-Men franchise has been produced by Disney. These and lots more we will get into shortly as you stick around. But first, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We are giving away an Amazon gift card. And to be entered to win, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, leave a like, and comment below on this video. The winner will be selected and the gift given at the 3,000 subscriber mark. Now to the focus of this video. While we are expecting more news and announcements concerning Ryan Reynolds' return to reprise the role of Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, in a third standalone film, and maybe possible involvement in the MCU, more news about the main X-Men team and how they would be introduced into the MCU keeps rising and popping up. And today, our first story is on speculations that the Agent of S.W.O.R.D. will introduce Beast into the MCU. After it was reported that Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, stated that we'll have to wait for another 5 years until we see the next X-Men movie. Many were thrown into confusion, especially with the acquisition of the film rights by Disney from Fox, as they expected to see the involvement of the X-Men in the MCU. It is, however, worthy to note that he didn't say that mutants would not be introduced into the MCU, which makes sense of the several reports and speculations of mutant-like Beast appearing in upcoming MCU projects. According to a report from Marvel and DC insider Mikey Sutton, Beast is poised to arrive the MCU through the upcoming Agent of S.W.O.R.D. series, yet to be announced by Marvel. It is said to be the Easter egg of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s transformation into S.W.O.R.D. or Agent of S.W.O.R.D. with a name apparently undecided. As Mikey reported, several other rumors have stated in the past that Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be turned into Agent of S.W.O.R.D. right at the end of the series, and unlike Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the S.W.O.R.D. series will connect the rest of the MCU, leading to the Secret Invasion storyline of the MCU. It was earlier making rounds that the S.W.O.R.D. will be introduced into the series WandaVision, as well as Marvel using the series to introduce other mutants either via Wanda's reality-bending power or through the multiverse. Dr. Hank McCoy, aka Beast, is in a rare position in Marvel Comics, as he held ranks among both the X-Men and the Avengers. He joined the Sentient World Organization and Response Department, aka S.W.O.R.D., while dating Abigail Braid, a member of S.W.O.R.D. From that standpoint, there is a very good possibility that Beast might be the first X-Men member to join the MCU, depending on how they are using S.W.O.R.D. and if the multiverse will include a version of Earth where mutants are a pre-existing group being in the open as integrated into the society and not in hiding. The mutant gene originates from the Celestials tinkering with the DNA of the early man, which also led to Eternals and Deviants being created by the Cosmic Giants. We can assume that a line of dialogue could connect Eternals to mutant via genetic tinkering or ancestry, but it remains to be seen that if the connection will be explored with the Eternals, set to be released in 2021. It shows from the comics that there surely exists a link between the X-Men and the MCU. It is, however, pure speculation at this point, but if the rumors are true, we might see Beast start off as a part of S.W.O.R.D. It has been suggested that Marvel may opt for a recasting of the characters of X-Men, and in this context, Dr. Hank McCoy, aka Beast. In a recent interview of Varieties, Nicholas Hoult, who played Beast at the most recent X-Men trilogy, took some time to dive into the possibility of a return to the role of Beast when the franchise is rebooted in the MCU. He shared his intent in returning as the character of the MCU, and gave these quotes regarding his willingness to come back to the now Disney-owned team of mutants. That was a fun evolution, and that's something I'm always looking for, is how a character changes, and I think there's a lot more to explore with that character, so I'd be interested to know where they see it going next. With Agents of S.W.O.R.D. believed to be coming out in Marvel Phase 5, it seems more likely that we'd have to wait for at least 3 years before we see the appearance of Beast in the MCU. So what do you guys think about Beast appearing in the Marvel S.W.O.R.D. series on Disney+, as well as Nicholas Hoult possibly reprising the role of Dr. Hank McCoy, aka Beast? Let me know in the comment section below. Our second major story is the rumor that Black Panther 2 could be the introduction for Storm into the MCU. Based on recent information, and according to Marvel and DC insider Mikey Sutton, Storm may take her introduction in Black Panther 2. Whether she and T'Challa will begin a romance, as in the comics, remains up in the air. However, rumor has it that Marvel Studio is looking to cast Janelle Monae as Aurora Monroe, aka Storm, in the Black Panther sequel. though there isn't any casting confirmation yet. If Storm joins the MCU in Black Panther 2, she may be one of, if not the first mutant to join the landscape, and with Storm often carrying leadership roles in the comics, it makes sense and makes her an easy candidate for one of the first X-Men to be introduced into the MCU. Accompanying the takeover from Fox are speculations that Marvel could be unwilling to rewrite the same narrative with the characters, so a different narrative and character dynamics that may occur in the mutant world will come to the forefront, ensuring Disney's take does not closely resemble Fox's. Marvel Studios knew it needed to bring a fresh angle when it comes to introducing Spider-Man into the MCU. Likewise, fans can probably count on the MCU and some new and interesting things with the X-Men. Black Panther 2 is particularly a strong place to bring Storm in. In the comics, there exists a relationship between Storm and Black Panther. Storm, the daughter of Kenyan princess, an American photographer, was born in New York and named Aurora Monroe. 6 months later, they relocate to Cairo, Egypt, and she becomes orphaned 5 years later, growing up to become a prolific thief, with Professor X coincidentally becoming one of her victims. She later meets T'Challa as a teenager, and despite strong feelings between them, they part ways. Storm was being worshipped for some time as a rain goddess to an African tribe before being recruited by Professor X into the X-Men. Later on, Storm leaves the X-Men to go to Africa, where she rekindles relationship with T'Challa, now known as the Black Panther, and marrying him to become the Queen of Wakanda. Now, while this little bit of history from the comics may seem reproducible, there seems to be a question mark over the possible romance between Storm and Black Panther because of T'Challa's relationship with Nakia, played by Lupita Nyong'o, in the movies. This, however, doesn't rule out the possibility of Storm appearing in the Black Panther 2, and a report from We Got This Covered even went as far as claiming she won't be the only X-Men character to appear in Black Panther 2. According to the site's sources, Wolverine will appear in the movie with his adamantium skeleton, reportedly taking him to Wakanda, especially after Wakanda opened its doors to the world in the first Black Panther movie. At this stage, these are just rumors, but with Disney acquiring Fox as mentioned earlier, and a deal that includes film rights to franchises owned by Fox such as Fantastic Four and X-Men, it is probably inevitable that we'll see some X-Men characters in the MCU. Given speculations that Janelle Monae is seemingly sitting at the top of the list to play the role of Storm, the actress and musician addressed the rumors, explains how she feels about playing Storm, and admitted she has reached out to Black Panther 2 director Ryan Coogler, and gave the following response according to an interview with Express magazine. "I definitely have thrown it out there. One of my dreams has always been to play Storm. I don't know if she comes in Black Panther, but it would be a dream to have her in it. I don't know where they are with that. A lot of women have played Storm, and they have done an exceptional job, and I would love to be in the line of those artists to get the due Storm justice." She goes on to add, "Well, I don't know if Storm is in Black Panther, but I'd love for her to be there, and if she is, I'd love to play the role." No doubt, the Marvel Phase 4 is shaping out to be an interesting phase, with it becoming the first phase that includes TV series for Disney+, as well as the possible introduction of X-Men characters into the MCU. Let me know your thoughts on potentially seeing Storm on Black Panther 2, as well as Janelle Monae playing the role of Storm in the comics section. That's all for now, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell not to miss out on any video. And as I mentioned earlier, I'll be giving away an Amazon gift card, and to be entered to win, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. The winner will be chosen at the 3,000 subscriber mark. Till I come your way next time, stay cool.